Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M53 M55. It's the Tier 9 American SPG and it's located on the south spawn of Steps. And it's under the command of General McMushy. Well, we've got a mark of excellence on the barrel and moving away from the spawn point. Built on the chassis of an M46, M47, which is actually in reverse. That's looking at the rear of the tank, or a tank. The gun was placed at the front of the former chassis, where the turret of the tank would normally be. But instead he's got a turreted howitzer instead. In fact, this is the 8-inch howitzer, which identifies this as the M55, which is used by the US Army. She found the firing position and I'm not sure if she knocked over that tree on purpose, but it certainly helps her because she's actually pulled back to a little behind the tree, although I never advise actually anyone to knock the tree over. She fires around there and yep, she got a near splash on the Object 140 and picked up some stun assist. Now, fairly long reload, 33.23 seconds. She's using Coca-Cola. It speeds up the reload and it also improves the aiming speed. But we're looking for a new target because the enemy's dropped off the map. There's only a T-30 on the west side of the map that we can see. And we can now see a Strip 1030 Tier 9 Swedish flat pack and we're loaded. Rounds out straight away. And yes, she got a critical hit. In fact, actually... Oh, she got a kill. I think that was a... I think she set fire to him. Yep, because it said that she got the kill. Yep, so she definitely set fire to him. She got a direct hit on the engine and it set light to him and he burned up. So, really excellent shot there. First kill. There's a Batchat 25 ton in the centre, spotting for his team behind that rock. Normally they go the other side actually, but this one's decided to go to the other rock. She's fired a round in. Not sure if she's going to get a hit there because it was hiding behind the rock. Right, she found a convoy at the back, in fact, behind that ridge line. And normally that's where you'd see tank destroyers hiding behind the ridge line because if they go up to the rock, they'll get spotted and they get fired at. All that Batchat's moved a bit further south. In fact, now he's using the other side and he's receiving fire. I think it's because he was spotted. She fires at him and it's a near miss, but it's certainly a very good near miss. 203 hit points from that one. I just noticed that she did 148 hit points of damage assistance from the fire on the Strip 103. So she actually took most of his hit points with the shot, 470, and then burned him with the rest. As that convoy's moving down the centre gully. And we're only a few seconds from being able to shoot. Rounds out straight away. And a direct hit. 443 hit points right on the money. Right on the front of the convoy. Of course, it is a turreted tank destroyer. Now, we've lost sight of the convoy because he's been killed. The Batchat's still around, though. He's hiding behind one of those rocks at the moment. We can't see him. And the enemy's being boxed into the northwest side of the map. And the Batchat's now retreating into the west side. We're loaded, but we're not firing until we're fully dialed in. Fired around at the Batchat. Hopefully that will go near him. But it appears he got away with that one. It might have just gone too long. Type 4 heavy. Now he's lost a lot of hit points. He's down to just 19% of his health left. The T10 will make a more juicy target, but the Type 4 is out in the open. Okay, he's dead. The Type 10's got more hit points. If he backs up here, we can put a round into him. We're loaded. Round out straight away. Right onto his engine deck. 1,179 hit points. That was a really useful shot. He's got a huge amount of stun now, and he's just been killed. So he picked up the stun assist off that one. That's more XP because for every hit point of stun assist, you get more XP and more credits for it. Half of the credits are due. Batchat 25 ton has now gone behind the railway line ridgeline. We can't see him. There he is. Round out and oh, near miss again. 293 hit points this time. And we're relocating. There is an enemy fairly close actually. On the west side of the map there's that leopard. And so it's a good idea for her to get under cover, because if he does come around here, he could spot for the enemy Arty. In fact, actually, no, there are no enemy Arty. They have all been wiped out. So he would just actually, she would just provide a nice juicy target for the leopard to get at. Now, there was an enemy up there, the Batchat, and there's the leopard. Okay, dialing in on the leopard. Tier 10 light medium tank rounds out. Yes, she got a hit. Went right into his rear as he was retreating. And the enemy is now being boxed into the northeast corner of the map. Rather strange toing and froing in this battle. It's the forces that are on the west side of the map who've now come around the corner, because most of our forces on the east side were wiped out. But the enemy is now being caged into the northeast corner, and we're going for the leopard again. Lost a lot of hit points in that strike. He's down to 32%. We're almost ready to shoot. Rounds out straight away. Just going to miss him. Yep, it landed behind him. Now, General Machine's finding a new firing position. And there's that Batchat 25 ton. He's fairly close, but he's just been wiped out by our Guerrilla 15. So, it's just the targets in the northeast corner of the map. And there's the FB4005 Stage 2, otherwise known as the ship barn. We're loaded. Rounds out straight away, and oh, 438 from a splash. Long stun as well. And he's decided to come down off that mound, get behind cover of the mound, but I don't think it's going to help him much. Right, Wizzy 11114. That's a tier 9 heavy. Still a few seconds away from reloading. Okay, we've reloaded. Rounds out. Should be good. Oh, it went long. RNG Jesus said no, and the shell landed long. And they've just lost their object 140. Now, two of them are boxing together at the back there. One of them's the object 263, the other's the FB4005. But it looks like we're going to go for the object 263, or are we? Well, they're both together, so we can probably hit both of them with one shot. Rounds out straight away. Oh! Well, it landed behind the FB4005. Damaged the 263 had already just been wiped out, but it damaged the FB4005, and we got the stun assist off that. And the last enemy has been killed, so end the battle with a victory. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats and see how we got on. And it's an ace tanker for General Milkmushy in the M53 M55. She also picked up an arsonist badge. She set fire to that strip 1030. She got a Bruiser medal for getting more than 5 critical hits. She managed to get 15. A Gore's medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of her own vehicle. And a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other team members. So let's have a look at the win 8. That was 5162. So a very high score. Team score. Highest damage on her team. She didn't get the highest damage overall. In fact, actually, it was the Object 140 on the enemy team who managed 4,990 hit points. But he didn't pick up the high caliber, so he probably didn't have more than 20% of the enemy hit points in total. The score came to 4,935 hit points for General Milkmushy, followed by the T30 who managed to get 4,301, and then the Wizzy 11115A who managed 2,871. When it came to kills, General Milkmushy was actually in joint third place, managed only 1 kill during the battle. The Striv took that one out, but the T30 managed 3, the E75, Object 704, Gorilla 15 and the E100 all managed 2 kills apiece. The highest score on the enemy team was the FB4005, who had 3 kills. And when it comes to base XP, it was General Mushi who had the highest amount, 1,241 base XP, followed by the T30, then the E75 and the Gorilla 15. Now the reason this is so high is probably down to this factor, the amount of stun damage that General Mushi did. Not only got a large amount of hit points herself, but she also collected an awful lot of stun assists. So we'll see that in the details. She fired 13 rounds, she got 4 direct hits, 2 penetration and 7 splash. Damage of 4,935 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. She damaged 8 of the enemy but killed 1 of them, and she did stun assistance damage of 1,971 hit points off 11 stuns. On a standard account, she earned 43,739 credits, and after ammunition resupplying, the ammo is quite expensive actually for this Arty. She actually only had 19,429 credits left over. She also received 6 bonds for the Confederate and also for the Gore's medal. She earned 1,241 base XP, and there was no multipliers, so that's all she took away. But a pretty good display of how well the M53, M55 can perform, and I think as well, because General Mushi fired a lot of her rounds where they weren't fully aimed in, but they still hit the target, because her crew actually do perform at a higher level than other people. I think she's got a very good crew on that Arty. But yes, she did get some long shots as well that missed the targets. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.